Hello, everyone. This is the Yoinky Sploinky Championship match 13, if I'm correct. We have. Oh my gosh, everyone, please ignore the fact that it is playing. Okay, you didn't hear that. You just. Okay. Um. So, today, I almost said tonight, but today, we have Gianni versus Michael. Gianni last seen losing to Will 2-1, or I guess 1-2, however you want to view it. Michael last seen winning against Jason 2-0. Yeah, I don't know. Will, do you have anything to?
Dad, no. I will say, as you mentioned, this is quite early for a Yoinky Sploinky Championship game. I think this is going to be our earliest match yet. It is 12:15 p.m. March 4th, 2023, and I can actually see sunlight coming into my room.
You
Um,
said it.
so yeah, uh, without further ado, let's get these interviews started with Michael, who I will pull in. Hello, Michael.
Oh,
Terminator.
Will, you're still not in the game lobby.
Oh, right. I'll do that.
But hello, Michael. How are you doing today?
Somebody call for an exterminator.
Yes, I
Good
believe we
question.
did.
Yes, I believe we did.
But asking the questions, that's our job.
True.
So,
Sorry.
what do you think about Gianni?
Um, I think, well, like him personally or his ability in StarCraft.
Either or.
He's a
Whatever.
pretty alright guy, a pretty upstanding gentleman.
Okay, so now what do you think about him personally?
That's kind of like, what?
Oh,
What do you think of his skills? That's what we're trying to say. His
I
personal
don't know.
skills.
I haven't seen too many of his games,
No, I mean like
but,
his people skills, like talking to people.
pretty good, I guess. You know, he
Like
seems like
talking
a
to people,
very,
his personal skills talking to people about StarCraft, in StarCraft, while he's playing.
I
I think
haven't
he's
seen,
pretty good at that.
I'm gonna just take your word for it, Max. I haven't seen too much of that.
Okay.
No, it makes sense because you were forbidden from playing TVT against this man. Um, but that being said, how did you prepare for this match? Are you comfortable telling us?
Similar to how I prepared for my match against Jason, you know, practice like an hour a day for a whole week. Um, See, the thing is, uh, I only had like a week. It was like the date for this match was set like a week ago, so I only had like a whole week to prepare. And at first, I was like really stressed out about it, but like, you know, then I just like came to, you know, I decided that, you know, I don't want to win. I want to at least get to mid game, alright? Because I'm gonna be for real. I think Gianni's got this 2-0, not gonna lie. But I want to have some good games, alright? That's the goal, alright?
All
If I
right.
don't die like really early to some bullshit, if I hold out my own for like, I'm gonna say like maybe like 20 minutes at least for both games, then I'll be satisfied.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
Time limit.
Okay. So now, what's your favorite Left 4 Dead 2 mod?
Yep. This is question 3.
Um, there's a lot of them I like. There's this one that turns all the common infected into Minecraft Dream. I think that's a pretty good one. Uh,
For
there's
those of
also
you who don't know, Michael is the Dream Stan of the tournament.
Yep.
no. That is not true. That is a false accusation. I will not deal with this slander right before my game. If you want to continue claiming that, then I will call a lawyer. But like, let's not do that now. All right, you know, let's not get messy before the game.
Okay. Okay.
Let's save the messiness for the game, if you will.
Yeah, yeah. And also
Uh,
Shrek Tank. You can't go wrong with Shrek Tank.
oh, Shrek Tank. That's a great answer. What are your thoughts on the matchup, TVT?
Um, at first I thought it was some bullshit, but like that's only because I was so bad in practice. I like couldn't really get to mid game. But after getting to mid game a few times in practice, I think it's like actually like really fun. Like I like it.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
That's good. That's good to hear. Well, I hope you have some fun playing this game.
Do you like it
Uh,
more than TVZ?
Um, I can't really say, because number one, I haven't really played too much of TVT, and number two, it's just been a while since I played TVZ. Because it is definitely a lot different. It like, it's not really something that you could just like compare, I guess, if that makes any sense, because it's like a lot different. Because TVZ is all about like Marines and medics and science vessels and whatever.
Wait till this guy learns about going mech against Zerg.
yep, you said it.
Yeah, and then TVT is just like it's all about like tanks and like moving out, taking expansions and bases, setting up lines of takes, like to, a bunch of like complicated like map control shit that TVZ like didn't really have. At least my games didn't really have that.
All right.
Oh,
Well,
and also, I forgot to say, but the way I prepared for this match, all right. I don't know if Gianni did this, but like if he did, I'm kind of in trouble. But like before I joined the call, I took a 20 milliliter dose of Mucinex, so I think I'm pretty good. I think
all
I'm all
right.
set.
Damn.
This is a Muconnect sponsorship and endorsement from our contestant here.
Well, hold on. If Michael loses, I don't think it'd really be a sponsor or endorsement.
Yeah, if he loses, it's because of the Mucinex. If he wins, it's because of his own doing plus the Mucinex.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, you told us your prediction. You think it's probably going to be 2-0. I hope you
At
still give
least
it your
go
best
down
shot.
swinging.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That is, if you're gonna go down at all.
True. All right. Well, with nothing
You
else to add. Oh,
By the way, do you have like a third commentator for this match or no?
no, it's
Do you
two.
want to join?
Fine.
Yeah, sure.
Imagine you just sit in the commentator seat.
Yeah,
while
no,
you
I'll
play.
commentate.
No, unfortunately, that
Me and coach.
Well, we didn't really ask people, but yeah, it's just us two. We're flying solo.
Yep. Except not solo.
Yeah.
Flying duos. Anyways, let's get you out of here. Pull in Gianni. Right.
Good luck.
Thank you.
We'll
Good luck
talk to you after these games.
Air.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Hello,
hello,
Gianni.
Gianni.
So,
What
How
brings
are you
here?
doing?
a few butterflies, but
All right. Brought here by butterflies.
Pretty gay, but okay, okay.
Yeah. It's,
I meant like in the tummy.
oh, I
Oh
see.
my God. Okay, okay.
What do you think about your opponent?
Michael is pretty based for his age.
I see.
Yeah,
He's
I don't think we played StarCraft when we were freshmen. I think that
That's
came
true.
like sophomore year. Wait,
Yeah.
he is a sophomore. Never mind.
well, Michael is he's pretty based. I think he's definitely one of the better newcomers in our like group of StarCraft players that is quickly dwindling.
To
But-
anyone watching, you could be in the next tournament.
That's
In fact, please be in the next tournament. We need.
Unless you're like too good, this is a beginner level tournament. Like Flash, bro. I know you're watching, and I know you speak perfect English, but like, don't join. This isn't for you.
He could coach us.
Yeah, that'd be kind of epic.
Well, anyways, as you were saying about Michael, Gianni.
Oh well.
Yeah, so you said he was one of
he's-
the better newcomers. Let's get that tier list real quick.
Oh, it's too early for that.
There,
Okay.
there. That'll
Um,
come after the game.
But Michael, he's gotten a lot better. I've seen a lot of big improvement from him. I'm like decently confident in my ability here, but like I don't know. I don't know what he might have cooking up.
That's fair. Very valid. What did you yourself prepare for this match?
I mean, I tried to get a lot of practice games in, but other people in this server weren't around to practice a lot, so I didn't practice as much as I wanted to. Other than that, I practiced against the TVT bot, which doesn't help that much, but so I just kind of practiced build orders with the TVT bot.
Yeah.
But
Any build order you're particularly favoring, or you want to keep it a secret?
I have some that I'm favoring, but I'll leave some ambiguity.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. So, what's your favorite Left 4 Dead 2 mod?
Very torn between the Shrek tank or the Shaggy Smoker, because those
Oh,
are like
those are
those are
those are
OG
good.
mods, you know.
True.
Those are like OG mods.
I'm a little partial to the Shaggy Smoker myself.
True, I do like the Shaggy Smoker.
Because
I like
Shrek
how he
Tank,
talks.
alright, as much as everyone loves Shrek Tank, saying Shrek Tank is like saying your favorite color is like either blue, red, or green. You know, it's like
True.
it's pretty generic. All right, everyone knows
It
it's really
is.
high quality, but it's a generic favorite. But the
It
Shaggy
is, but
Smoker,
I only say that because it's like, you know, it's one of those OG mods.
oh yeah, it really is.
One of those mods that's been like in the workshop like forever.
Yeah, really, and it's like always in the top few mods, even though it's
Yeah.
so old.
I mean,
Even if it
hey,
breaks sometimes.
a quality product never goes out of style.
Yeah,
Like jeans.
yeah.
Anyway, so what's your thoughts? Back to StarCraft. What's your thoughts on the TVT matchup as a whole, Gianni?
Not my favorite matchup.
Oh yeah, it can be a little painful.
I prefer TVP or TVZ. I think those are more fun.
Ooh,
TVT.
so it's your least favorite of the Terran matchups.
What's that?
It's your least favorite of the
It is,
Terran matchups.
Yes, it is. It just like the matchup often feels like two goats running at each other and butting horns. You know, until one of them gives.
Okay, okay.
But because also like the map control part, like the hard map control that you need in the matchup, otherwise your opponent's just gonna get more bases than you. It's stressful, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like you constantly have to be looking around trying to get vision, seeing like, oh, does he have mines here? Does he have tanks here? Because you kind of have to look around. Otherwise, and if you don't, you could be like walking your army of like vultures and tanks into like a tank line and just lose like half because you weren't paying attention. You know, it's not like TVP or TVZ where like if you're not microing them, they can kind of hold their own for a bit. But in TVT, nah, like those tanks are just the siege tanks are just gonna shred them if you're not paying attention.
Until your tanks are sieged, and then they actually can kind of hold their own pretty well.
Yeah.
Unless he
Yeah.
has vultures or dropships.
Or he
Or
has
hold the
+2 attack on his tanks.
Or SCVs.
Yeah.
Or battle cruisers. Yamato gun cloning.
Or ghost lockdowns.
Can we expect to see some Yamato gun cloning out of you, Gianni, this game?
I'm not sure we're gonna get that far, but
Johnny, do you plan
I'm
on
not saying.
using the infamous eraser on Michael's SCV lines?
Does that work on SCVs?
Yeah, they're biological.
Um,
Actually,
Nice.
I mean, I've never tried to irradiate on SCVs, but I know medics can
Never
heal
mind.
them. So since medics can heal SCVs, irradiate can probably hurt them.
oh yeah. I hadn't thought about it. I don't even know if it's worth spending the gas to research
It's
irradiate.
so
You're probably better
not.
off just spending it on like a tank or something. Or just like armory upgrades.
Yeah, it's really not worth it. Or just another factory for vultures. Anyway, the classic question, what do you think the outcome of the match is going to be?
I'm like confident in my ability, but I am nervous about what Michael might have cooking up. So it's like 2-1. Maybe we'll start with like a 1-1, and then I take the third. It's like I don't know. Maybe I'm overhyping Michael. I have no clue. But I am not underestimating him.
Okay.
All right. Well, do you have any closing thoughts?
God help us all.
Yep. All right.
You said it.
Good luck in your
wait.
game.
Wait. Before we, I guess, after we're done talking, I'm gonna pee for like 30
Oh, okay.
seconds.
Yeah, okay, we'll stall for airtime.
Yep. We'll discuss something. Anyways, we're gonna send you back now. Good luck on your games,
Oh.
and
Move.
Oh no, we gotta go to the competitive.
Yeah, I
stage.
was about to say, I just moved Michael there.
Oh.
Okay.
I was about to say, did he like go there himself? Is he listening?
No,
That's cheating.
I literally just moved him there.
Okay.
All right,
All right,
well,
off you
yeah,
go now.
good luck.
Yeah. Okay. Well, while our players prepare themselves for the match, we will talk for approximately 1 minute.
Yes.
Why'd you tell them to use the eraser on SUVs? That doesn't work.
I actually think it does work.
It doesn't. They're mechanical.
No, but they get healed by medics.
Yeah, but mechanical just means they don't take damage. It's not their bio, so they take radiation damage. It's why you can't eraser probes.
Probes aren't biological.
Yeah, it's because they're mechanical, and SCVs are also mechanical.
Yeah, but SCVs can get healed by medics, so they're biological as well.
Yeah, they're biological and mechanical.
Yeah, so they might take irradiate damage.
I don't think they do.
All right, well, if you know, hit us up. Anyway, so this is our first mirror matchup of the tournament. I think it's kind of interesting to hear Gianni say that he doesn't like this one. I know not to kind of discredit Gianni or anything, but I've heard people say that the better you are at a matchup, the more you like and the more you and the better you are at its mirror. Okay.
See if our contestants are ready.
Oh, yo, Michael's so lying. Yeah, I could tell when he said
Well, I
trust.
know. I always ask for both of them to verify.
Oh, I mean, I would do the same. So yeah, I think it's interesting hearing Gianni say he doesn't like the mirror matchup part of it. But also hearing Michael say he does like the mirror matchup. That I think is interesting. And it makes me really wonder about not just this game, but going forward, them playing against each other in the future. You know, maybe Gianni might win now, but Michael might just practice this matchup more because he likes it more, and then take some wins later on.
All right, let's get this started.
Okay.
Starting with benzene. Let's see what
Okay.
these colors.
So, Michael in the top right is, I believe it was purple. And Gianni in the bottom left, he's going with his classic teal. At least I feel like Gianni does teal a lot.
He does teal Terran pretty often, I think.
Yeah. Teal Terran's a good color. I was, over the week I was practicing with Michael quite a bit, and I was trying to find the god color combo for Terran. Because normally I like going orange for the Cheeto Marines, but there's not really a point in going Cheeto Marine if you're not making Marines.
I'm not watching the stream, does it have music on?
It should. I mean, my game has audio.
Oh. I know some of us sometimes play with music off.
No, I never do
Just
that.
checking.
So far, it looks like we have identical builds. Gianni is making his supply depot at his ramp while Michael's making it in the back. Personally, I'm more partial to how Michael is doing it.
Yeah.
Just because I don't think Gianni walls off this supply depot. And it doesn't, at the end of the day, it doesn't really make a difference. But it messies the base up, and I hate playing with a messy base. Gianni looks like he's sending out his scout first, but his barracks is later than Michael's.
Mm-hmm. And also, Gianni's kind of pulling up cash.
I think he was saving for
there you go.
barracks. And
Well, he hit like
okay,
250, I saw, so.
Yeah.
Oh, he spent it all.
Okay. Barracks and refinery. Michael's refinery. Okay, it looks like Michael's build is just a little cleaner. It looks like everything's coming out a little faster. But he's sacrificing the scout.
Yeah, and even on SCVs, but it looks like Gianni's just a tiny bit ahead. It looks like 8 seconds ahead in terms of worker count.
Michael's just now saying out his scout. Oh, the block! That wasn't it! Oh, okay, yeah, never mind. Neither of them either even moved their camera there, so I don't think either of them noticed.
Okay, Michael's opting for at least the Marine.
Okay. That's good. That can help get rid of this SCV. While I was playing, I was kind of like, or while I was practicing, I was kind of thinking like, man, how am I supposed to chase this SCV out with my own SCVs? Because I didn't make a Marine. But Michael made one, lifted the barracks. Gianni is making one and starting his factory.
Yep.
Gianni's factory came down first. So Michael, while he was ahead in everything else, he is no longer ahead in factory timing. Both of them have exactly one Marine. But Gianni has not gotten the memo about Michael's scout just yet. Now he's coming in. He's coming in hot. Oh, Gianni pulled an SCV as well. Gianni wants this scout dead.
Yeah, he got it. Good.
Yeah, is he... What's he hiding?
I don't think anything. They both lose the scout. Both of our players are, for the moment...
Michael has 4 on gas. That is... Okay. Oh, okay, he noticed. That's good, that's good. This actually... In this matchup, normally you will take guys off gas, depending on your build, of course. So Michael having... Oh, you hate to see it. Oh, and that's a real hard supply block, too. He wasn't... That's the worst feeling.
Gianni's first vulture just
Gianni is
out.
throwing down 3 factories.
He might be going...
And a machine shop.
I think he might be going for mass vulture, if I had to guess.
Yeah, neither of them have expanded yet.
This might be a scrappy, brutal game. Who knows? I must point out the APMs. Gianni's is almost 5 times what Michael's is. It dropped to 30.
That's okay.
But we're going to see how much that matters.
Yeah.
Let's see. Michael's doing something with this barracks.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. I've noticed this in a few games. He's really bad with his barracks. Not to be like, haha, look at him, he's such a loser. But it's something he has to improve on. Something he can improve on in the future. Just paying more attention to it. When I play, I always hotkey my barracks. Just kind of like my scouting overlord. Either way, Michael has 2 machine shops. Gianni has 2, and they're both spinning. It looks like Gianni's just ahead. He is producing out of 3. Well, technically only 2 are producing right now, but he can produce out of 3. He's got 2 spinning machine shops. Michael's got 2 spinning machine shops and 2 idle factories, while Gianni had 3 factories.
Michael is supply blocked again. It looks like he's making 2 supply depots to try and remedy this, but his money's pretty high. Both of our players could really do with taking an expansion right now. I think that's what Gianni's saving for.
Yeah, I'm a little, I guess, disappointed by Michael's supply depot management. I know he can do a lot better. Meanwhile, Gianni is just eating up the map with these mines, really controlling where Michael can and can't go. Get this Marine pick off, but it doesn't really matter too much. The Marine is, at this point, kind of just wasted supply.
Well, I think the most important play here is that Gianni has delayed Michael's expansion for like at least a minute, because look, how's he going to get rid of that mine?
Yeah. And I guess that's something the Marine can be used for. Gianni is running in here, taking a fight. I think Gianni just realizes he can't take this. He runs out. Michael didn't lose a single vulture, while Gianni lost 2. And I think he lost 2 fresh ones, so that's less mines for him. Michael's just throwing down barracks 3 and 4. You love to see it. So Michael will... Oh, yeah. not factory 3 and 4. So Michael will actually be pulling ahead in factory count, but Gianni already has 2 tanks out.
Yeah, that is not good.
Michael has
mines.
an absurd amount of vultures right now. This is a very powerful army at this point in the game. He's going and he's picking a fight. Getting these 3 kills is really good. Although he does reveal just how many vultures he has. But then again, I guess he was sitting on mines, so it doesn't really matter.
He's placing some mines here, which is good. We'll buy him time, but I think he could be personally a little more aggressive with these.
Yeah, but just look at Michael's sudden factory jump. He has 5 factories right now. Gianni only has 3, but he is making an armory.
But I think the truth is, Michael can't support this on one base. And it's...
He kind of can. It's not clean, but it can be done.
Look at this mine soup that is being made in the middle of the map. So
Oh,
both
yeah.
our players' mines get mixed up. Although Michael is picking off these mines. Nice.
Yeah, Michael has a ton of map control right now with these vultures. This has to be feeling good for Michael, bad for Gianni, even though I wouldn't exactly say Gianni's behind.
Yeah, Gianni's got these 4 tanks. That is the hard wall.
Yeah, if Michael expands soon and Gianni doesn't up his factory count soon, it could be bad for either one of them, you know.
Let's see what Michael does here.
Oh, Michael's running by. He's taking a ton of damage, but he does get 2 vultures by. Oh, never mind. That's 1. Okay, this vulture does have a mine, so... Yeah, he gets a scout. He sees there are 4 factories. Michael missed a lot of production doing that, though. I'm not going to lie. I've occasionally looked back, and he just has not been producing. Michael has a lot of idle SCVs. Michael is playing relatively sloppy. I know he can do a lot better than this, so...
And look how tight Gianni is on his money. I mean, even though Gianni only has 4 workers on his second, he looks like he's giving it the attention it needs now. And Gianni's feeling good because he knows exactly when...
Michael expands, yeah.
Yeah, and Michael's like, he's like, why can't I build here? He doesn't even realize yet.
No, he's building... Oh, Michael's going double armory. Okay, maybe he doesn't realize. Or no, I think he's making... I hope he's making tanks. And the tanks will clear up these mines one way or another.
That is a very good point.
Speaking of tanks, Gianni just has 8. This is an absurdly high number, especially compared to Michael's 0.
Let's hope Michael's mines can warn him.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was huge. And Gianni's not moving out with all his tanks. So this is actually one of the ways Michael can really get back, is if Gianni overcommits with these now 3 badly damaged tanks.
Oh, looks like he's unsieging.
Michael has 2 of his own, but they also got bruised by mine. And now Michael can finally expand. So here we go, Michael. Congratulations, you made it to the mid-game.
Yeah, he did say he wanted to get to the mid-game. Oh,
Gianni's being a lot more careful with these mines now. Michael has to know that these tanks are coming over. Oh, that was close. That tank almost got blown up. Oh, and it did. Oh, my God. Gianni is taking some real bad mine hits here.
He's just going to siege up here, and honestly, I can't blame him.
Yeah, this is, frankly, a really aggressive siege up, too. I don't know if his tanks have the HP to support this.
Oh, did he just friendly fire?
I think that was friendly fire, yeah.
Oh, this tank's going to go too.
This tank is too far forward. Even if he brings in these 3 to support, Michael has the manpower to push this back. Gianni is kind of... He doesn't have enough to support how far forward these tanks are.
It's got Goliaths. Let's look at... Gianni's got a lot more money. Oh, look, now the
Michael's
tables
supply,
have switched.
Michael's ahead in supply. Michael can really just bash down these 3 tanks and these vultures and march across the map if he wanted to. I think Gianni must have missed a few supply cycles, but Gianni is taking a third question mark?
Let's not underestimate these mines here. These mines can do a lot. Ooh,
oh, yeah, we saw what these mines did to Gianni. Okay,
looks
okay,
like he's
Michael's
just gonna-
Michael's on top of it. It looks like.
Michael just needs to go in. He might have this.
Yeah, it looks like
Oh.
these mines really carried Michael. Michael so would have died to
Oh
these
my
tanks if he
goodness.
didn't lose. If Johnny didn't lose everything to these mines.
And the quick
Speaking of
on
the mines,
siege?
okay, okay,
That was splendid.
and Gianni's losing his barracks. So you might just be like, oh, the barracks, it doesn't matter. Gianni is now on 4 factories, period. He has to remake his barracks. Well, Michael has 6 factories and his barracks, so he could make more if he wanted to.
Michael's just clearing out. Look at this void. Do you think Michael's going to start rebuilding these mines and start kind of reclaiming this?
I really hope so. Gianni's taking this 3rd, but I think he's being a little optimistic about it. If Michael scouts this, then he can kill this real easily. Michael's
Yeah,
being
we'll
a
see.
little defensive with his tanks. I can't blame him.
But that was I really liked what I saw at him there.
Yeah, Michael, he's ignoring his SCVs a little bit, but his army movement, and also just his factory count, it's really good. Gianni has +1 attack, and is spinning his +1 armor. Or actually, that might be +2 because he has a science facility. So Gianni's ahead of Michael in tech. And Michael's
and he's
1-1
getting his
just
tank
finished. Michael actually just has a power spike right now because he has 1-1, while Gianni only has 0-1.
Oh, Gianni's moving out again, and this time there's no mines blocking the way.
Yeah,
And
but Michael has
I think-
a siege set up. So we'll have to see how this
Gianni's
goes.
Gianni's going to be able to engage on the point, though. This is not the best line here. Actually, you might just go completely around it.
Yeah.
This could be a problem.
Yeah, this is a really big problem. Who scanned? I heard the scan, but I guess I wasn't fast enough.
Oh,
I thought it was
these-
Michael scanning.
Oh, these vultures might just be able to slip in. Who knows?
Yeah, well, now Michael knows.
Yeah, let's hope.
Let's see what this magic mine can get done.
That one mine.
Michael's
that
setting
is
up a
Michael's line.
back siege line.
Okay.
And Michael just scanned, seeing Gianni's army down at the south. Very nice scan play by him.
Yeah.
He actually unsieged these 3 tanks.
I'm probably worried about the mine or the vultures running up. Let's see what happens here. Ooh, okay.
Michael could get a pretty mean flank here. It actually looks like that mine might have gone off on Gianni's tanks. It's hard to say.
Oh, there's the siege here.
I think Michael can just sandwich these 4 tanks and kill them.
Yeah, look, he's pulling back. Let's see what happens here. Is he gonna get a scan in? What's gonna happen here?
Oh,
I
Michael
don't
might have moved a
know.
little too far forward. Okay,
Oh,
he
wait,
picks
got
off
to.
those 2. A trade 2 tanks for 2. That's not too bad.
Gianni's sending
Gianni's moving
reinforcements
out.
in.
Yeah,
I
he
know,
has a
he's got
science vessel with him.
Oh, slowly getting these tank numbers down. And just gets it with vultures.
And Michael is just barely ahead in supply. The supply count has been very even, but I think Gianni has more workers, which means, of course, Michael has a bigger army. Michael's not producing out of his factories right now, while Gianni is, and Gianni is just now catching up to Michael. Gianni also has 2 starports, so we might see some Wraith play or some drop ships.
Oh, Michael moving out with a whole bunch of
Yeah, Gianni is...
vultures. See what happens here.
Okay. He picks off 2 tanks. Trading
Yeah, that's not bad.
any amount of vultures for tanks is very good.
His tanks are siege here, but on low ground. That's,
Yeah, they're on the low ground, and also there's not that many of them. They
and
don't
that
have
science vessel.
Vulture or Goliath support.
Oh, there are Goliaths there.
Well, only
He's got more
2.
tanks.
That's really not enough. Gianni is moving out with a ton of tanks to back this up.
Yeah, I wonder if Michael's gonna pull his vultures up here and kind of go for a flanking maneuver.
Yeah, I think that's the play.
He's sieging up, but it's just on this low ground. He can hit it though, so there goes that tank.
Oh, Michael's moving in the Goliaths.
Vulture goes up. Oh, that is a lot of tanks.
Yeah. I think Michael missed a few too many production rounds because now look at the supply. Gianni is up a lot.
Yeah, these that science vessel is just doing the brunt of this right now. That was a very decisive engage.
Yeah, that was a really bad engagement for Michael, giving up that high ground and also falling behind on your production.
Oh yeah, but it's not just Michael. I mean, Gianni's at 4K minerals right now. Although
Gianni just scanned and saw that Michael is still only on 2 base. So Gianni is feeling good.
Yeah, Michael's making 2 more factories here. Some more supply depots. He's gonna try and power something up. But Michael's still on 1 gas, like 1 geyser right now. Just now making another thing.
Gianni has 3 starports. Oh my god.
That is interesting. Maybe he's thinking about a Wraith switch?
Yeah, maybe. Michael's kind of giving up these bridges, it looks like, and sieging behind them. In my opinion, that's a good decision. Although he has a ton of vultures, he can go around and flank these tanks.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope that's what he opts to do. He just needs information, really.
Okay, he's getting some defensive mines. That's not the worst call.
Play, yeah, that's not the worst play. Let's see, it looks like Gianni's peeking up with this science vessel again. Looking for info. He's moving up.
Yeah.
Now, let's see.
Oh, Gianni just lost a tank there. That's good for Michael. Although Michael's about to lose a tank, yeah. Michael doesn't have any Goliaths anymore, so this science vessel can really just run free.
Yeah.
And Gianni is coming in with this flank. Michael's luckily going to see it with these vultures and these mines.
Does he notice it? Gianni does.
Yeah, Michael has to notice it. It alerted him for that vulture.
Michael still has not looked over here. I'm not sure Michael sees this. Now,
Gianni's mined out at his main, and his SCVs are just sitting there. Michael's kind of close behind, and Michael's just now throwing down his starport. Gianni has 2-1 as well, so he's not only ahead in supply, but he's ahead in upgrades and tech. So really, Michael has fallen behind.
Yeah. Gianni just has so many more workers, a lot more gas.
Yeah.
And Gianni's even getting Wraiths out. Just 2. He hasn't sent him out yet. At his starport. Let's see if Michael can regain some territory with mines. These vultures or something. Oh god, yeah, look, there's a whole bunch of Wraiths coming. That's 4.
Yeah, but Michael doesn't have... He has 1 Goliath, so you can actually push these back.
Oh shit. Oh look how many tanks Michael just made.
Yeah, I saw it. Gianni is also taking a 4th base. A 4th base, and this one has a gas geyser at it.
Yeah, I think
Michael's fighting for control over this mineral-only base. And honestly, I think Gianni's going to have to give this.
No,
Gianni, I don't think he can push across these bridges with Michael's tank line.
I think he absolutely can if Michael doesn't learn that Gianni's going to keep winning these fights if he has a science vessel and he doesn't.
That's true. But also Michael has Goliaths. He's just not moving them up. Yeah, and here come these Wraiths. Do they have Cloak? That's the question. Also, 6 can probably kill a Goliath, but Michael has 4 that he is not moving. These Wraiths they're going to kill at least 3 tanks. And here come the Goliaths.
Down go the Wraiths.
Well, 2 Wraiths for 3 tanks is a trade you take every time.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Getting a siege.
Okay,
These
Michael,
Goliaths
I
are
think
all
he's
gonna die.
greeting for these Wraith kills a little too much.
Yeah, Michael really needs vision. He needs a floating building or something to give him vision.
Yeah, or Michael could, if he had Wraiths, he could repel these science vessels really easily. Is he going to lose this tank to the Wraiths? He just barely doesn't, but I think Gianni is just going to send them back in. And Michael lost his Goliath count. He has some more sitting back, but they aren't here at the front lines.
Yeah, look how many tanks Gianni's sending over.
Oh my
I
god,
think that's
yeah.
game.
That's 11 tanks. Michael's giving up ground so Gianni can go across these bridges a little bit. He gets the pick off on that Wraith, but in comes some more. Gianni has 8. That's just a ton.
Look how many tanks are going to push from the north here.
Yeah, I don't think Michael can push these back. Especially not with vultures going in and soaking the first few shots.
Oh, if you can get this science vessel. Oh man, it is a slaughter.
Okay,
Oh,
he gets the vessel, but
Ooh,
still, he lost a lot. He has half Gianni's supply. He has half Gianni's bases.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think Gianni just... He doesn't... Yeah, Gianni's way ahead in upgrades. So I think Michael played this game really well. He just fell behind on some of the fundamentals, such as macro, base count, keeping track of all your units so you don't stay stuck at a rally point for too long.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, those Wraiths even killed that Goliath. Yeah, Michael will probably be tapping out soon.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he did say he wanted to survive about 30 or 20 minutes, and he has succeeded in that goal.
Yeah, I think Michael was a little too timid as well.
Yeah. Here come these tanks. It's just not enough from Michael here.
Yeah.
I mean, Gianni's getting 3 times the cash.
Yeah, but that's not a big deal because like neither of them are really spending it that well. It's more like, oh, Michael's also mined out. But it's more like Michael just fell behind on too much base management stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is... There's nothing. There is a line of vultures keeping Gianni from getting in.
Oh yeah, and
right
Michael
now.
is... I just realized his refinery probably depleted, which is why he's so low on gas, and that's really why you need a second geyser. Because he doesn't have the gas to make Goliaths.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Gianni could just march in, but he actually doesn't really have much of a ground army anymore.
Yeah, Gianni also is not macroing as well as he could be. With 3 starports all sitting idle. But again, this is a beginner's tournament. And this was a good match.
Yeah, this was a good match.
Even though, it ends in a way that looks pretty one-sided. Oh, and Michael does the GG. Okay. Stays in the game, waits for Gianni to leave first. The mind games. And yeah, there we go.
All right. Well, that was a good match.
Yeah. So the question, how can Michael come back in game 2? Well, what Michael needs to do is stay on top of his production.
Take a look at the gas mine tab.
Oh, I already closed it. How much?
Well, the gas mined, Gianni had 13k to Michael's 7k.
Yeah.
He got half the gas. Gianni got 30k minerals to Michael's 21. But spent, Michael spent about 26k. Gianni spent 38k.
Yeah. So how can Michael win the next game? He has to stay on top of his production, and he has to be a little more aggressive, and he has to expand faster.
Yeah. He just needs map control. He kind of forfeited it.
Yeah, he kind of forfeit map control, and he had more production buildings, but he didn't take advantage of that, and he also just fell behind on tech.
And I also feel like, let's start it. I feel like one of the biggest things is actually a relatively easy fix. It's probably frustrating from Michael. From his perspective, he probably doesn't realize why he keeps losing engagements, and it's entirely because of the science vessel. Gianni was able to, I won't say without like skill, but relatively easily have his tanks beat all of Michael's tanks pretty much every time at the end of the game.
Yeah, I think in a way you're kind of overstating the science vessel, because there are ways for Michael to play around that. He just wasn't doing it. So in a way, you're right that the science vessel like made him lose, but if he also just had 3 more tanks because he remembered to produce, or 6 more vultures because he remembered to produce, he would have won even with Gianni's science vessel.
I agree.
Or he could have just floated his barracks over there. Anyway, cross spawns,
kind of what I mean.
cross spawns and fighting spirit. This is basically as long late game TVT as you can get. So here we have Gianni in the bottom right, Michael in the top left. In this game, it looks like Gianni's a little ahead on everything, build order wise, but he looks like he's gonna get supply blocked.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's...
Little supply block from Michael, it seems.
Michael's starting his barracks earlier. Gianni is doing a little, like, pseudo wall-in.
Same stuff, same stuff. Same soup, just reheated.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. Okay, Gianni doesn't scout the middle. So, if Michael had barracks there, he wouldn't have been scouted. But I think Gianni is either underestimating the power of BBS in this matchup, or just thinks Michael is an upstanding gentleman and would not do an all-in marine cheese.
Who knows? Who knows?
Michael's barracks finishes faster. I don't think it really matters at the end of the day. Oh, Gianni's going to eat a supply block.
Maybe he's starting one? I think he's
starting.
Yeah,
he just started one, but still, he had to cut an SCV to not get supply blocked. Or he just forgot to make one. It could happen. And Gianni is throwing down his first factory. It's behind Michael's first this time. Let's not forget, Michael got supply blocked like at least twice that past game.
Yeah, in the opening,
so,
that was a good point.
Let's see if Michael can pull it back and recover. He's throwing down 2 factories. And I think Gianni is going to scout this. Michael hasn't set out his scout yet, just his barracks is floating over like a little overlord.
Gianni's found Michael.
Gianni, I actually don't think saw Michael's factories. Well, he sees them now, yeah.
Yeah, he sees them now. Although at least he's going to kind of kill this SCV early.
Yeah, the SCV could have stayed around for a lot longer, but now Gianni sees Michael has 2 factories. And Gianni, I think, skipped a vulture and just went straight for the machine shop, as well as throwing down a second factory.
Did Michael get into Gianni's base? Did he scout, or is this his scouting guy now?
This is his scouting guy now.
Yeah, so he doesn't know where Gianni is.
Yeah, Michael's scouting real late. At least his barracks is going to scout one of the starting positions.
has the money for an expansion. I wonder if he'll take it.
Yeah,
Look,
or I
Gianni's
wonder
already
if he'll
expanding.
throw down another machine shop, which he just does. I was gonna say machine shop or factory, but it looks like he goes for a machine shop. Michael's really determined not to get supply blocked. He's staying on top of that. You love to see it. Gianni also just avoided a supply block. And his second factory finished. He's pumping something out of the machine shop. Both of them are.
Gianni's first vulture is now out on the map. His barracks is getting pretty close. Oh, never mind. Gianni's just keeping his vulture there.
Yeah, so now Michael knows by process of elimination Gianni's in the bottom right. And Michael also just has higher vulture numbers than Gianni right now.
Yeah, but he didn't even... Michael didn't even get the information that Gianni's expanding.
Yeah.
That's pretty big. I hope he does something aggressive with these vultures.
Gianni's expanding, but look at Michael's supply. Because, everything in StarCraft is a trade-off. Gianni is expanding, or Michael's not expanding, so he is trading a higher econ for more units. And we can see this reflected in the vulture counts. Gianni has 2, Michael has 5.
Uh-huh. But the problem is, obviously, that Gianni's can have the opportunity to pull ahead if he just has a stronger economy. If Michael doesn't do anything with this choice he's made.
Yeah, Michael has to...
this big stick, but he hasn't used it.
Oh, Michael's throwing down a third machine shop. That's interesting. Anyway, Michael has 7 vultures, and it looks like he's moving out. I was just about to say he should be moving out now. He just absolutely eats these 2 vultures.
Oh my god. Let's see what he does. Do you think he's just going to run in?
He should. If he just runs in, he wins. Unless Gianni has 2 tanks pop out right now.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, he's just taking time placing mines.
That's another vulture chilling out his expansion. He has He has a vulture pretending to be an SCV. But this mine placement, it's good, but Michael could just win if he walks in.
Yeah, Gianni's got 2 tanks coming out. Let's see what happens.
Yeah. Okay.
But what's he gonna do? Is he just gonna engage? You can go around.
Oh, Michael goes right around. Michael has a ton of vultures.
Let's see what he does.
He sees the expansion. He lets the Marine live. He shows mercy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going straight for the miners.
He's going straight for the ones on gas, too. Okay, that went okay for Michael. He placed a giant minefield, and he got some worker kills. He stopped Gianni mining gas for a while. But Gianni just got right back on it. He's up in factories, he's up in bases, he's up in supply.
And most importantly, up in tanks.
Yeah. Yeah, that too. So, it went okay for Michael. It's just Michael's didn't really do anything behind it.
I'm gonna say it went okay, but it went okay when it needed to go good.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Um,
Michael just threw out 3 tanks. Okay, you'll love to see it. It could have gone, if it went just the way it did, but Michael expanded behind it, that would have been good.
If Gianni goes to the middle here, he's not even gonna encounter these mines.
Oh, we have someone in the chat from a while ago, which admittedly probably a while ago. Summy, I'll buy you a big fat bag of Takis if you win this G. So we have some support for the overdog Gianni in the chat.
Let's see what happens here. Now I think Gianni's going to do his own mine placement here.
Yeah.
And I think probably
Michael sees this on the mini-map with his mines. So I wonder what Michael's going to do about this. He has a pretty big army. 6 tanks, 2 vultures. And, Gianni's army is bigger, but Gianni only has 4 vultures on this side of the map. So Michael could just go and kill those. And Michael has double armory. Gianni has no armory in sight, but that's okay. Michael's armories are a little early. And Gianni has an academy for a faster scan. And Michael doesn't have enough gas to make out of both
Yeah,
his armories.
Michael is really, really feeling the pain of
One gas.
just expanding at like, I don't know, 8 minutes.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh,
no,
that actually went okay. That mine only hit one tank, so it could have gone a lot worse. Michael's
Gianni's
setting up
spotting
a line.
Vultures.
Oh,
This is an interesting siege.
yeah. Michael has a lot more presence out on the map right now, which is really good. But it might just be a little too little. It might be too little too late.
Yeah. I mean,
Gianni just scans this big ass tank line, and he's
And
moving up to take it at the point.
Gianni has no idea that there's not mines to the right.
Never mind. I think Gianni is just gonna try to take this head on.
Oh my god. You couldn't ask for better circumstances. Oh, Michael's placing more mines. Fine. There we go. Okay. This is much better for Michael here, placing these mines.
Oh, okay. That was a nice mine hit. Okay. Gianni's contesting this 9 o'clock base over here.
Yeah. This is a huge no man's land. So look, Gianni still has his marine.
Oh, yeah. And, yeah, look, Gianni's taking his third base. Michael just finished his second. And I think he only has 2 guys on gas there, which you hate to see it.
Oh, look, Gianni's moving out.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to go up with this.
Yeah, he definitely should be moving up with this.
And there's only 5 mines to stop him.
Yeah, I would say normally the mines aren't for damage, but Michael's mines must have extra HP or something. They just keep blowing up on Gianni's tanks.
Okay, Michael's done a transfer, but like he still just needs more workers.
Gianni scanned and he saw that there are at least some mines out there. So he knows to be careful. And he still gets hit by one of the mines. Okay.
He's being careful here.
Michael should know Gianni is coming for this flank. Yeah, he's setting up a very defensive line. Michael is really surrounded by Gianni right now.
Yeah.
Gianni's setting up a tank line on this side as well.
But I have a feeling I know what's going to happen here. 5 minutes from now, unless Michael has like something to give his tanks more range, he's just gonna lose.
Michael has a starport, so we'll see what he makes out of it. And he's also making his 6th factory while Gianni already has 6.
Now, it's Gianni's turn to take some territory with mines. Although these are a little too densely placed, if you ask me.
If they're densely placed, they have a higher chance of hitting on something.
That's a good point.
Oh, I just realized Michael got supply blocked. You hate to see it. But
all things considered,
yeah,
supply's relatively even, because it hasn't been a big fight. Let's hope. Michael looks like he's eyeing up this third, but forgot for the time being.
Yeah. I mean,
Well,
he probably
Gianni
sent someone over and then was like, let me do other stuff. Well, Gianni, he is actively mining from his third, granted with 3 SCVs. Still, that's better than no third.
Gianni just lost a ton of vultures there. I think it was like 6 or 7. So that wasn't too bad for. Really, that wasn't too bad for either.
He's reinforcing his upper line with 5 more tanks. Michael just scans, sees that Gianni has a tank line.
He's gonna creep up.
And yeah, he's creeping up. I really like this play from Michael. Yeah, he's doing it one at a time.
Ooh, that was team damage. What does he do here? Ooh, okay.
That's really good. Michael,
Got some space for himself.
He's making it so he can safely take this third base without Gianni moving up the ramp.
Yeah.
which technically Gianni's third base isn't safe because Michael could go up this ramp at the 9 o'clock and then come down and just completely circumvent this tank line Gianni has.
I think the problem is Michael doesn't even know that base is there.
Yeah, that's a problem. Michael also has 1-1 upgrades and a science facility, so he could go 2-2. Gianni is getting 1-1 right now.
Oh, look at that scan.
Yeah.
Let's see if these voltages
This is
do.
a pretty big loss for Gianni, it looks like. Hello?
Hey,
Yeah,
yeah,
Jason.
Yo, Jason. Okay.
I just said because he said big loss for Gianni.
Yeah, one second.
Loss of units.
Yeah.
Oh. Is this still the first match?
No, this is match 2. Gianni's up,
Oh.
and he has an advantage in this game, but it's not unwinnable for Michael.
Mm.
Yeah, Michael really needs to grab this third now. SUV's been there for a little too long, and look how many tanks Gianni's moving out now.
Yeah, Michael still only has 6 factories. Well, I guess Gianni does as well. Gianni again going for the triple starport. But Michael's actually making out of the starport. So that's good. I wonder if that's a science vessel or a dropship or a wraith. And hopefully it's not a Valkyrie.
Wait, look, Michael's floating out of science facility.
Oh, you'll love to see it. This is something I always do. Unless you're going for BCs, which like you normally don't, just float the science facility. Oh, Gianni, it looks like he's going for a huge bust on the southern line. Yeah, he just
Bro,
scanned.
Look at all those tanks. Man, that's a whole tank line.
Yeah, you said it.
Let's see what happens here. I'm not sure Gianni's gonna have what it's. I mean, he has a lot of units, but I don't see his.
He's really testing the waters. Michael, it doesn't look like he's reinforcing this, and it was a wraith that Michael made. Oh my god, this huge death siege.
It's gonna be a battle of who scans.
Oh, Gianni scans first? Okay.
Um.
Oh, Michael scans? Michael's coming in with some more?
Look, that barracks just basically got 3 kills in itself.
Yeah, really.
That barracks killed 3 tanks. Period.
And the thing is, Gianni even has more tanks behind this he can use to further the push. Michael's using this Goliath to drive the barracks out, but he might have overcommitted the Goliath. Okay. Michael gets a pick off on that tank.
Gianni actually has no anti-air except 2 wraiths at home.
Yeah, so Michael's wraith could do some tickling here.
Yeah. Yeah, this just is not enough tanks. Gianni just has way, way, way too many for Michael to deal with.
Nah, I think Michael's fine.
And Michael doesn't have +2 attack when he could have gotten it a while ago, so that's really hurting him. Like, every tank that's on red HP would be dead if Michael had +2 attack.
That is a great point.
I think Michael's alright. Got this.
Alright, now it looks like Michael's going to try something with these vultures, but I think they're all just going to die. Took out some tanks.
Yeah,
Like 2.
I think it was 1. And Gianni is moving out in the middle. This multitasking is kind of bold.
Michael's finished his 3rd now.
Yeah, but Gianni's starting his 4th.
Yeah.
So how significant is science vessels in Terrans?
They're mainly useful for spotting mines and extending the vision of tanks. Defense matrix can be pretty good, but you won't see EMP unless it's like a crazy amount of BCs. Also, Gianni just lost all of his tanks down at the bottom. And I think he's going to lose this barracks and possibly this science vessel as well. This was
He's
a
got another
pretty
control group of
this was a
tanks
pretty
coming
big win for Michael.
up. But the supply is a little more evened out, yeah.
Yeah. Gianni
so-
has, I think, 2 wraiths out on the map.
Yeah, Michael's got to start reclaiming ground or he's never gonna win.
Gianni has +2 attack, but Michael has 2/2. Armor doesn't matter in tank versus tank, but it helps with like vultures and Goliaths. Was that Michael? Yeah, okay. No, I think that was Gianni who scanned there.
He's just looking for mines. I don't know.
Oh no, it was Michael who scanned there. Michael I didn't think that was Michael who scanned because it was so perfectly on those tanks. Like I don't know how he just magically knew where those tanks were.
Gladiator.
Either way, Gianni's barracks is going to burn down. I'm not sure he realizes it's on the red.
Yeah, it's funny. Really, both of these players need a frontline SCV or two.
Yeah, Gianni's throwing in a fourth. Oh, Gianni has a physics lab and is throwing in a fourth starport. He is going for BCs. Michael is going triple starport as well, but his science facility is floating, so he won't get the BCs. But Wraiths can, like, sort of, kind of, I guess, kind of win in BC fights. Kind of.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, the interesting thing about that is an army of Wraiths and BCs will always beat an army of either all Wraiths or all BCs of equal supply. Like, for some reason, you gotta mix them together to get the most, like, use out of them. I don't know how it works, but it's like...
Huh. Oh, Michael has a dropship, so we might see some drop play by him.
Oh, let's hope. But I think those Wraiths are gonna be some trouble.
Yeah, Michael's not... Gianni is going for BC tech, and Michael's not putting on enough pressure to really counter it.
Punish it, yeah. And Gianni's making the right call, which is, I have a ton of extra money, I guess I'll just make a death ball army. Because I have a contain.
Yeah, I think, again, the problem is, when I look at everything, it just has to be Michael falling behind on macro cycles, you know? He has actually more factories than Gianni. He's had more for a long time. Their money count, like, Gianni has more bases, but their money count is pretty similar.
Well, Michael effectively only has 2 bases.
Yeah.
Look at his third base.
Yeah, but Gianni effectively only has 3 bases, because he's only really mining from 3.
That's true. But he's been mining it from 3 for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, that's how many thousands of minerals
some
he
nice
has.
Tank pickoffs from Michael.
Michael's got to break out of this. I mean, he has... Man,
Michael should really just send his Wraiths in to kill those tanks.
Yeah, oh, look, Michael's building up a lot of Wraiths, actually. Look at this.
Yeah, but Gianni has a lot as well. They're just more spread out. I think Michael still has more. I think Gianni has 5 Wraiths. And no Goliaths. So...
Look, Michael's unsieging. I think he can go for a play with these Wraiths.
I really hope he does. Oh, but Gianni's going for a Wraith play at the same time.
Nani?
Ooh, I think that was just...
I think unsieging with this was a mistake. I think he should have just used the Wraiths. Speaking of the Wraiths, Gianni just lost all of his, and Michael now has 8 Wraiths, and Gianni has only 2 Wraiths out on the map for anti-air. Michael can really just go for some serious damage with these Wraiths.
Michael's doing another production line, but he's so gas poor. He only has... Like, he can't make any more tanks. He's done.
It's it.
Michael, he's pushing out and gaining ground, and that's great. But he has to push out and gain enough ground to get a base.
Yeah.
You can get all the ground you want, but if you don't secure a base because of it, or deny your enemy a base, it won't matter. And Gianni has 3 BCs out. But frankly, 3 BCs loses to 8 Wraiths. And they lose to 8 Wraiths really badly. Actually, Michael has 10 Wraiths. So Michael has a really scary Wraith number that Gianni has to respect it.
Michael's just being too defensive with these tanks.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the macro to play this
Michael
defensive.
just scanned Gianni's tank ball on the right, so maybe hopefully he saw there was no anti-air and he'll fly his Wraiths over to go kill it.
Look at the anti-air coming. There's
and
4
look at the
Goliaths
supply. Gianni's at 200.
Oh yeah, that's look at this. Meeting up with his force on the bottom left.
This will be really
ultimate
bad
goal.
if Michael moves out to this right as Gianni moves out to the top. Luckily, it looks like Michael moved out at just the right time.
Oh, you're right.
He's still caught most of these tanks unsieged. The Goliaths aren't here. If Michael can
Is he gonna
cloak, that would be really good. I'm not sure he has cloak. He greeds for another tank kill. Another 2 tank kills.
Maybe he pulls the Goliaths forward?
He just barely saved 2 of those wraiths. Oh, Michael is being... Oh, he's baiting a Goliath over. Michael's playing like a madman. Gianni scans the tank line and sieges up.
Let's see what happens here.
Yeah.
Gianni has a massive army
At the bottom,
he has
yeah.
2 big armies. Yeah, he can absolutely just crush Michael here.
I think he has 8 or 6 BCs out. So 6 BCs, while 3 loses to 10 wraiths, 6 BCs loses to wins to 7.
Also, Gianni is very happy to play this out and let it like time tick. He's just every second that passes, he's getting probably 2 gas to Michael's 1 and probably 3 minerals to Michael's 1.
Yeah, really. Gianni also has 3 ground upgrades. Michael only has 2.
Yeah.
And Michael has this drop ship. He hasn't done anything with it yet.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I think Michael really just needed to send a Wraith and get some info on his opponent's vulnerabilities.
Yeah, really. I think Michael is playing way too passively. He kind of just let himself get contained. And, yes, while this game went on for 25 minutes, it was kind of over at minute,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, 15,
Gianni's
10.
Yamato gunning.
He's Yamato gunning, but it doesn't matter. Michael doesn't have enough anti-air to stop these 6 BCs.
Yeah, at that point. He has 3 Goliaths and a handful of Wraiths. That's GG. I don't know why Gianni's scared of these 2 Goliaths. There we go. I think he realizes he can just kill them with 6 battlecruisers.
Yeah,
Michael.
the problem with Michael is he missed too many production rounds. He expanded too late, so his gas count was too low. And he was too defensive with his tanks.
Yeah, definitely. His tank lines were just...
And Gianni gets this huge flank, so he's sandwiched between Michael's 2 armies, so he can't reinforce his right line.
Yeah, there's no AA.
Yeah, I think that's
There's not even
GG.
missile turrets.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen a single eBay.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's GG. Michael should have collapsed this line on his right, but even if he did that, I don't think there's coming back from Gianni's insane base count and supply difference, really.
I think there's only one thing I can say Michael right now.
Him GGing, Gianni getting excited and leaving first.
Nuking.
Yeah, that would be funny. Alright, well, let's go to the competitors channel. Or
Yeah,
wait, I guess the observers. Where do we go? The general?
I don't know. They can come here. They're commentators. Oh, they moved to general. Okay. Yeah. Also, if you look at the gas mine, Gianni just mined 7,000 more gas than Michael that game.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Bro, both games I was low on gas. I was like,
Yeah, you
shit.
expanded way
Base.
too late on both games. Both games, Gianni was up at least 1 base.
Yeah, it's kind of like a StarCraft rule of thumb. You want your second at 5 minutes. Like, if you don't have your second before 5 minutes, there
It
should be...
depends on the build. The problem is, Michael, you went for a really aggressive build, but you were aggressive a touch too late, and you expanded a touch too late as well.
It's
Because
fine,
you were
yeah.
going for an aggressive build, you probably would have expanded it later than 5 minutes. But yeah, I think the real problem, Michael, you just weren't producing. You missed
I
too
don't
many.
think-
You missed too many production rounds.
Yeah, but he didn't have the gas to produce. I think it was just like a macro issue.
Gianni
Yeah,
was up
I-
100 supply. Whether Michael,
yeah, Gianni
you
was
know,
up.
because I didn't have enough bases.
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe it was like 15 minutes you built your third, and I think it was 21 minutes you had minors at the third.
You hate to see it, Chief.
Yeah. Well,
Because I
those
got
were
out multitasked, I think.
yeah, but those were some good games. Yeah.
Yeah, you both had good plays.
Yeah,
Both of you.
well, like in the second game when you had like a control group of wraiths, like you could have done a lot more with those. I had no anti-air.
Yeah, really.
You like took out a few
wanted
tanks,
to.
scared me away, but then didn't do much else.
I think just in general, Michael,
No,
you were a
but-
little too timid.
I agree. Which is part of a huge problem. I mean, it's not the first time I've seen it where people.
That's part of the learning process.
No, it's a thing with people going into games and being like, oh, I'm not sure I'm gonna win, and they play just defensively, instinctively, and it's not just you that's done this, Michael. I can't remember who else did it, but
Probably me.
there's been times when people have been like, I don't have what it takes when they do, and they can go out and
No, but I just
Yeah,
like
get
didn't. No, but this is how I played even in practice games.
Yeah, it's true.
Mhm.
So
That's like I tried pushing out, but then he just had shit there. Like I couldn't push out.
yeah. Well, we live and we learn. Those were some good games. Even though I'm sure it felt one-sided to at least Michael, and it looked one-sided at the end. If you go back and you look at the early stages and the beginnings, or the middle stages of both of those games, they were really close.
The early game of both, it was
So
very even.
even though Gianni advances 2-0, they were close. He didn't walk out. If Gianni slipped up, he would have lost.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And it's just like also Michael, like you should like for next time, like extending out onto the map is like something you have to do in TVT. You have to just get your siege tanks out on the map and just siege them
Yeah,
up.
I know. I watched Day 9.
Okay. Yeah, I'm totally not taking everything I learned from that.
Here's what I thought about the game. I might have came in a bit late, but I think the games are really good. I also
Yeah, I'm satisfied with how I did.
Huh?
Yeah,
I'm
well,
satisfied with how I did.
that's the most important part.
Just don't quit the tournament.
I just think that this game was not supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
never said why not.
I didn't say why not.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to come mid-game and then stop the game while it's happening.
Like Shrek.
And I saw. I just
I
woke up.
object.
Yeah, like I woke up. I just woke up on it. So, this game was not supposed to happen. Michael was not supposed to lose
Damn.
because I found out that Gianni been using drugs mid-game.
Oh
I would
my
not.
god.
Gianni.
I was not. You see, that is a loaded statement. No matter
That's
how
an
I
assault.
answer, there's
That's-
no
I,
chance.
I think that
It'll be
I
very
think that
bad.
counts as. I think that's good enough for like disqualification. So I think I'm
Exactly.
It's funny because I've actually been off all substances for like 2 weeks.
Based.
Oh wow! Congratulations.
No.
Based
I
and
didn't mean
sober
this
pilled?
game. I meant in his previous game. That's why
Oh?
Gianni won his
I
game.
wasn't that
Right.
either.
Gianni was
anyways.
high against Will?
Anyways.
Oh yeah,
Huh?
hang on. Something I forgot to mention in the interview was I wanted to win the game not because I wanted to beat Michael, but because I wanted to rematch Will.
Oh my god.
What the fuck? Are you just saying?
Will,
you just said that Michael?
I played very wrong in our game, and I want revenge.
That was a call out. Okay.
Damn.
I'm so sorry, Michael. This man just said you're an obstacle.
I don't know, unless you beat Matt in your game, and I have to
Disrespect.
play against Matt.
That'd
I'll
be
kill
fun.
you.
Yo, Matt. What if you lost on purpose only to just destroy Gianni?
That'd be tough. I wouldn't do that.
That might
really
be considered match fixing.
Yeah, I
We
mean,
don't bet money.
I don't know.
It happens.
True.
It happens.
Be like, I'm gonna lose my match just so I can beat you up.
It happens. I've done it
That'd be
before.
scummy as shit. But that'd be
That'd
really
be so funny.
So anyway, I guess for those still watching the stream or the VOD, I believe someone owes Gianni a bag of Takis, a quote
Uh,
big fat bag of Takis,
Wait, what?
and also a chatter.
Commentator.
Yeah, we had
As you're
someone
saying.
in the chat, a Gianni fan in the chat. Anyway, there's been some behind the scene drama with this tournament, so we're not quite sure which matches we'll be doing. But hypothetically, if things went as originally scheduled, Michael would be playing the loser of Blue versus Zeke for 5th place, and Gianni will be moving on to the winner of Blue versus Zeke, where the loser of that gets 4th place, and the winner goes on to the finals of the lower bracket. But we're not quite sure how the tournament will be advancing from here, because we've had some people drop out and / or talk about dropping out. So who knows?
Which is actually against tournament rules. So
Yeah, they're not allowed to.
Yeah.
Can't
That's
do it.
what-
Honestly, if Zeke does drop out, this was my last game of the tournament. It makes me a little sad, honestly.
Well,
As
Michael,
much stress as this
next
has
tournament,
caused-
Michael, you're going to be a real shoo-in for the top few players. Frankly, look,
But
just
also-
between us, I think Michael's in the top 4. So the fact that he lost to Gianni here, it just shows that you can't judge someone's skills by this tournament.
Also,
Yeah, very true.
Wait, are we still streaming?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, alright, this one goes out to the audience. We're most likely gonna be on standby for like 3 months.
We're
Yeah,
gonna
like,
try not
I feel
to.
like at the very least, I'm thinking at the very least, I want to do at least me versus Will and just be like, it's the finals, like, period, the end. Just so we end on, like,
a high note, yeah.
yeah.
No, because I still want to play the loser of that game.
No, you play the
They can have
loser next
playoffs.
time.
We can absolutely have playoffs.
Yeah, we could.
Are you telling me
I
there's
hope we
wild
do.
cards?
I hope we get to see every match that we scheduled.
Yeah, I really hope so too. I know, some people were trying to drop and they're like, oh, competitive StarCraft isn't for me. And it's like fair. But at the
But it's
same
so fun.
time, I really, you don't have to be good to make your games entertaining.
That's extremely true. That's like the theme of the tournament,
Yeah, really.
really.
Yeah, I think that's true, but I think that with this game, I don't want to say the word expected, but like you kind of have to if you're in a kind of a group basis, and I 100% see that they know that like going forward they're eventually at one point in their StarCraft journey have to make the decision of like kind of like actually have to put time out of their way to be like, I have to practice this lineup.
Or they have to just be like, hey, I'm going to lose, but that's okay. I'm going out there to have fun. And
Exactly.
that's a good mindset to have,
Yeah, absolutely.
I went into
absolutely.
this game. My goal of this game was not to win. My goal was to get to mid game, which I
And
did.
frankly,
You did.
Michael, I
The
think
second game you got to late game.
in a way,
Yeah,
Michael,
Although,
I
to be
think,
argued, you got to late game in the first one too.
yeah. In a way, Michael, that
know that
mindset
Booker
might have
just came
hurt
out.
you.
What?
That mindset, in a way, might have hurt you.
Yeah, but
But,
I mean, I still had fun.
Yeah, exactly. You had fun. And hey, for the next tournament, watch out, Gianni. This man, Michael's a killer.
True.
Johnny, I'm gonna get my revenge.
What
I'll
I've
be
heard,
waiting.
We have the good story arcs for the next tournament. Jason's
it's
got to get his
arguing stuff.
revenge on Michael. Michael's got to get his revenge on Gianni. And hey, this could still happen this tournament. Gianni get his revenge against Will. Like, it's set up. The next tournament's gonna be hype. There's some history behind it.
Yo, Jason, you actually think you could beat me in a rematch?
what are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about?
That just came out of the question. That just came out of like the river. But like tough day. It's tough world out there. Give me like 6 months, 2 years, Bro, you're gonna be I'm gonna be 1v1ing day 9.
Yo, Jason's playing the long game. Also, day
see.
9's retired, bro.
Exactly, bro. Beat up a retired man, flex on him, and then come back and then be like, "Yo, Michael, I just fucked day 9." Wait, that didn't sound right. But day 9 is lost, and that's gonna be on record. Hate to see it, Chief.
I mean,
And then
just like when Day 9 lost because he launched like 9 lurkers into death.
exactly.
Nobody got that?
Yeah,
No, I
9
don't remember that.
lurkers, day 9.
That's like the
God.
one like loss he always talks about. How it was like a learning experience for him.
Guys, the legend messaged me 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because I asked him if he played FPS chess, and then he just said, "What the hell?"
Well,
All right.
yeah,
Anyways,
I
guys,
think.
let's wrap this up.
Yeah, I was just
Yeah,
thinking
good
that.
mark.
So, yeah, we'll be on standby for future games. I want at least, at the very, very least, one more game of this tournament. Hopefully we could get more. Hopefully we have some people who come back and they're like, hey, I changed my mind. We'll see. Until then, stay tuned. And if you're relatively new to StarCraft, hit us up. You could join the next tournament. We're here to help people learn StarCraft through light competition.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah, goodbye. That's the end.
Wait. Gotta say the thing.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Good night and sleep tight. Ding.
It's noon.
It is 2 p.m.
Yeah.
Yes, man.
So,